Just like right now, I'm talking to you with an ashy face. But for some reason, I'm feeling good. Hey, this is Iana with another video on becoming that wife. A place for women who are newly married or who are interested in marriage. And today we will be discussing on how to be a good woman even with your flaws. Before we get started, I do want to mention something to you real quick because I'm feeling a little self-conscious, and that's because I did my makeup for the first time. I straightened my hair for the first time. I feel like I look like a ghost right now because I didn't find the right foundation or I put too much concealer on. But if you want to see that video on how I did my first glam up, it's right here, and I get down and real. I just show you the process and the mistakes that I made, and I refuse to wipe my face off, so I'm coming to you as a real life wife. If you're a woman who wants to spice it up in a feminine walk, I am too. You are not alone in this journey. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for more videos on how I learn and make my mistakes and my progress of all this. But enough about me. I know you came here to hear the tips of how to be a good woman even with your flaws. So let me get started before I lose you. Understanding who he is as a person. Men come with a whole different background than women, and that is an A+ if you can just understand who he is as a person. Work with him in certain situations. Don't nag him about different things, and don't put too much pressure on his life, because if you can just understand that he may be he's trying, he may be doing the best he can. Just try to understand him and understand his background, because he was brought up a little bit different than you. Tip number 2, smile when he comes in. Because at the same time, he had a long day at work and he is looking forward to seeing you. He is looking forward to coming to his home. And if you could just create that atmosphere like as if you was his #1 cheerleader, and you like, yes babe, come on in, yes. You ain't gotta do all that though. But if you just can give him a nice, beautiful, simple smile and just show appreciation, show him that you appreciate him walking into that door, that smile, that gesture will go a long way. Tip number 3, making sure his clothes are clean and smelling good. I highly doubt any man who has good hygiene likes to go outside dirty. I had my stories. I had to learn the right products, the right detergent to buy this man to make sure his clothes stay fresh all day, and mine too. But having clean clothes gave him a sense of peace, which gave me a sense of peace. And knowing that no matter what, how he goes out, even if he didn't make no money or even if he struggled during the day, he is feeling good about himself and not smelling like mildew or some cheap fabric softener, or even overbearing fabric softener, because I had those too. And also making sure his clothes is clean, because as a man, definitely my husband, because he's a mechanic, so he gets a little dirty a little too fast for me. So I make sure I either stay stocked up on his work clothes, or I make sure that his clothes stay clean. I ain't perfect at it, but I do try. Tip number 4, make sure you are laughing with him. Make sure you are doing jokes, you saying jokes. I believe laughing is the best medicine, and if you can just put a smile on his face and just make him laugh, that is something that he cannot get from everybody. So if you can just make sure that he is always laughing, even if he can be watching his own show and just finding enjoyment in his own show, just let him laugh, and laugh with him if you can. Make jokes about each other. Just make sure you are laughing. Tip number 5, gentle reminders of the little things. So just like he might have a doctor's appointment, he might have a dentist appointment, he probably gotta go across town to this meeting, making sure that you give him little reminders can go a long way. But do it gently. You know, you don't want to you don't want to throw that nasty attitude thinking that he may know it all, because men forget. They're straightforward kind of people. They work off of habits. They work off of structure, and I don't know, they just work off differently as a woman. So that's where it goes back to understanding your man, but being gentle with him and reminding him like, hey babe, don't forget that you got that dentist appointment today. Don't forget, babe, that the clothes need to be cleaned. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not going to always be perfect. You are not perfect. I'm just saying the little gestures that you could do in your marriage will go a long way. Tip number 6, staying stocked on them hygiene products and your essentials. The reason why I said this is because my husband will get into the habit of using my deodorant if I don't stay stocked up on his deodorant, and he will use my toothpaste if I don't give him his own toothpaste. He's that kind of guy. He makes sure that he is very clean. He's very on top of his hygiene, which makes me realize that I need to make sure that I stay stocked up on our lotions and our perfumes and all of that. And that's because men likes to smell good. I mean, every man is different, but my man, he likes to smell good. And one thing I do know for sure, if his hygiene is, everything is fine. And if he's keep using my stuff, I don't gotta nag him, I ain't gotta bother him. So I make sure we stay stocked up on our stuff, and so that he can keep going about his day. Tip number 7, believing in him. I actually have a video on the opposite of what I'm about to say, and that is cruel ways of how to destroy your relationship with your words. And not believing in him is very, very destructive in your relationship. So do the opposite and start believing in him. Believe in his ideas, believe in his hobbies, believe in his dreams, believe in his vision. Believe in your man, girl, because that man got something for you, and then you can just help him cultivate it and grow. Girl, you know where Michelle Obama is at, right? He will take care of you. Not saying that's what you're doing it for, but a man has a vision. He is blessed with a vision by God, and if you can just believe in him and just burn that and just help him keep that fire inside of him, it will go a long way. Tip number 8, allow your man to vent, girl. I had an episode a couple weeks ago when I gave a response to everything that my man was saying to me, and I just know he just stopped and just told me to be quiet and listen. And after he vented, he felt so much better. He didn't want no answers. He didn't want to know nothing else. He just wanted to vent because he just came in heavy. And as a wife or as a woman or even as a friend, you just want to see your person do so much better. And sometimes you may just have the right thing to say to them, but in that moment, just allow them to vent. Just allow it. Just sit back and just allow it. That's what I said. I even have a blog and a video on how to have a perfect relationship. I have it linked up here somewhere, but just allowing him to vent goes a long way. Tip number 9, being interested in his manly talk. So yes, ladies, I know, especially now that I'm getting into makeup and the hair and just get interested in his darn manly talk. But you will actually learn something out of it. I know so much about cars now. I know so much about a home now. And it's all because I open up my ears, and the fact that I am open-minded to his world is causing us to build that friendship that I believe every marriage needs. He confides in me and he can talk to me about anything. Some days I do be like, babe, I kind of don't want to hear it. That's rare though. That's really rare. But I try my best to be interested in his manly talk. But I definitely know that I encourage him to have his man time too. With his men's, people, boys, whatever. And tip number 10, pray for him, girl. You can't go wrong without some prayer. That to me shows the best sign of love, of care, of respect. Like, you can't go wrong with praying for your man, girl. So if you can just take some time out, just make sure you pray for him, discern the things that he needs prayer for, and just watching his walk and just knowing what he's struggling with, even the things that he is growing in, just continue on praying for your man, girl. Because as a woman, and as a woman of God, as a wife, as a friend, You just want to make sure you praying for your person. And as we are on this earth, we are always going to learn new things about ourselves. We're going to learn new things about people that we are dealing with in our relationships, in our work zone, all of these relationships that we are building. We're going to be learning new things. So as long as you are a wife, as long as you are a friend, as long as you as a sister, brother, mom, dad, whatever you are, you're always going to be learning something new about yourself. So do not hurt yourself. Have grace over yourself, and just be patient with yourself, and just make sure you fall in love with your flaws, girl. Just make sure you fall in love with those imperfections that you have. Just like right now, I'm talking to you with an ashy face. But for some reason, I'm feeling good because I did something for me, and that's all that matters. Also, if you're interested in becoming that wife, make sure you meet me right here every Friday by subscribing below. If you want more tips like this video, make sure you give me some smooches by liking this video, and make sure you comment below of some ideas, some questions. Let me know who you are, girlfriend, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.